Tonight, we discuss the Tiger Cage competition where 4 teams will have to compete for $50,000. Who will take home the reward? Soon after we discuss unveiling the new music recording studio coming to Auburn.
Later on in the segment, Biden's remarks on the Affordable Care Act, and stay tuned for the sports update by Faith Richardson. Find out what National Day it is, coming up soon.
Good evening, and you're watching Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Mackenzie Parson.
And I'm John Carter.
On your mark, get set, go. 4 out of the 10 student teams prepare for the Tiger Cage Finals on March 31st. These student teams are representing the Harbert College of Business, the Samuel Ginn College of Engineering, the College of Agriculture, the College of Liberal Arts, and the College of Veterinary Medicine. After pitching their best business plans to the industry professional judges last month, the final results are in. The 4 teams selected to advance are Archangel Defense, Droplow, Omnis, and Rodopto. These 4 teams will attend the Tiger Cage Final Four on March 31st at 8:30 a.m. in the Horton Hargrave Hall. The competition will be putting it all on the line because they're competing for $54,000 in early startup stage capital. If you have questions about the Tiger Cage competition, please contact Lou Bufano.
Auburn family, mark off your calendars for March 24th through the 26th because Startup Weekend is right around the corner. The Louder Center for Family Business and Entrepreneurship will be hosting this 54-hour-long event where you can collaborate with others to create a business startup idea to present in front of a panel of judges. This event will take place in Horton Hargrave Hall beginning at 5:30 p.m. on Friday, March 24th.
If you're struggling with alcohol abuse, visit the National Alcohol Screening Day event on Thursday, April 6th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Cary Hall. This event is free and is hosted by the Auburn University Psychological Services Center. Stay open-minded because this is an opportunity for free, brief, and confidential screenings for alcohol use and other related issues, and it is now open to all students. If you attend, you will be asked to fill out a brief questionnaire and receive feedback from a graduate clinician. Resources are seeking help when it comes to problematic alcohol intake will be provided to those who need it. For more information, please contact AUSPS by email at aupcs@auburn.edu.
Britt Ware can surely do it all, and the notable college game day hosts are realizing that. Just hours before Britt Ware hung up her cheerleading uniform for the Auburn basketball game against Alabama, she quickly transitioned into a role as a hospitality management major who serves dinner at the Tony and Libba Rain Culinary Science Center. This particular night, Ware had the pleasure of prepping an introductory speech and advertising the tasting menu. She described herself as being nervous about the experience. Host Reese Davis, alongside Jay Balas, LaFonso Ellis, and Seth Greenberg were very talkative, and we're looking forward to seeing her cheer at the game. No matter what uniform Ware is in, she can always count on excitement for who she'll see next, whether it's on the sidelines or when serving.
I don't know about you, but I'm excited to hear about our involvement updates for this week. Involvement Ambassador Clay Gibson is telling us all we need to know. Take a look.
How are you guys? My name is Clay Gibson, and I'm here with your involvement update. Application season is here. ISO Executive Board and Cabinet applications close Tuesday, March 21st at 4:45 p.m. SGA Cabinet applications will close Thursday at 4:45 p.m. Impact Project Coordinator applications are open now. AU Involve has every application listed, so be sure to check out the organization's pages and social media for updates. Next up is that UPC has lots of fun events planned this week. On Tuesday, March 21st, they are hosting a movie night in Dudley B6 at 7 p.m. where they will be playing Crazy Rich Asians. Thursday, March 23rd, there will be a UPC Tiger Nights pop-up on the second floor of the Melton Student Center at 8 p.m. There will be a UPC game night in the Student Center's new first floor game room on Friday at 5 p.m. And on Saturday, March 25th, UPC Spring Concert will be on Cater Lawn starting at 8 p.m. My last update for today is to be sure to check out Organization Days on Haley Concourse every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to stay up to date on ways you can get involved throughout the semester. And just as a reminder, AU Involve has information about everything going on around campus, so I encourage y'all to check that out for more involvement opportunities. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to an involvement ambassador at involve@auburn.edu. Thanks guys, and War Eagle.
Coming up, a weather update by Joe Champagne and an exclusive sneak peek at the new music recording studio coming to Auburn University. You're watching Eagle Eye TV.
Good evening, Auburn. Joe Champagne here with your weather update for this week. This week had a cold start, but we are just now getting into a permanent pattern of temperatures for this spring. As you can see, we got into the high 70s today, and we'll see those rise into the weekend. As we look into Saturday, Sunday, and into early next week, we get high chances of rain with 80% chance on Monday. Be prepared for the wet start to your week and cooler mornings on Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll see you next week. You're watching Eagle Eye News at 6. Have a great weekend, everybody.
It is pretty nice to have some more spring weather rolling around. Auburn professors in the College of Education and College of Nursing are launching a new collaborative initiative designed to increase mental health services in rural Alabama schools. The School Counseling Integrated Program got awarded a first-year grant of $352,000 from the U.S. Department of Education and nearly $3 million in expected total funding. The program's purpose is to bring together school counselors, nurses, and English speakers of other languages, or ESOL teachers, to address the growing mental health needs of K-12 students.
The 3-minute thesis regional competition was held at the Conference of Southern Graduate Schools annual meeting in Tampa, Florida. This competition was developed by the University of Queensland in Australia. The 3MT competition invites graduate students to present their research in 3 minutes to a general audience. They are judged by a 5-member panel on several areas related to comprehension, engagement, and communication. A big congrats is in order to Auburn University graduate student Shiva Prasad Najaswaran, who recently won the 3MT. He described the competition as an honor and felt surreal competing against the top contenders from more than 50 graduate schools. Najaswaran hopes to find a job where he can impact the world by creating meaningful resources.
Listen up, music fans, because a new 4,000 square foot music recording studio is on its way to the Plains. This studio is dedicated to the music education program that launched in 2019 with a new music and composition technology degree, followed by a new commercial music degree in 2020. Music industry giant Yamaha is fascinated by the Auburn music program and the new facility, so much so that he decided to publish an article about the studio.
SGA Vice President Julianne Lozano gives us insight on Senate updates on campus. Over to you, Julianne.
Hi, my name is Julianne Lozano, and I serve as the Vice President of SGA. This week at Senate, the individual colleges gave their reports, which occurs bi-weekly. Next Thursday, March 23rd, from 11 to 2 on the Student Center Green Space, the College of Agriculture is hosting Beyond the Farm National Agriculture Week. Additionally, this is the same day that Freshman Forum is hosting their annual event on Cater Lawn from 1 to 11 with food trucks. Following the college reports, legislation was voted on and passed on the floor. This piece of legislation created an additional friend for OBBY and altered the qualifications to be eligible to try out for a friend of OBBY. This is an exciting addition for the OBBY program, and we're looking forward to see what they can accomplish this year.
When we come back, Faith Richardson has your sports update for this week, and we take a look at President Biden's remarks on the Affordable Care Act. All of that and more coming up. You're watching Eagle Eye TV at 6.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Faith Richardson, here to update you everything Auburn sports. Auburn's men's basketball team ended their season last Saturday in the second round of March Madness against Houston, 81-64. Auburn had a great run in the first 20 minutes, making it a tied ball game at halftime. Unfortunately, Auburn was not able to pull out the win. We struggled with free throws and rebounds, which resulted in Houston winning and advancing in the tournament. Our men's baseball team had a rough weekend against Arkansas, but ended the losing streak against South Alabama Tuesday night with a win 6-5. Be sure to show up to Plainsman Park this weekend to watch the SEC home opener against the University of Georgia starting tonight. The Auburn gymnastics team is headed to LA for the NCAA Regional Championship next Thursday. Auburn held its annual Pro Day on March 21st with a returning Heisman winner Cam Newton to come throw. Cam hopes to make his big comeback to the NFL this upcoming season. Take a look at this clip of the players expressing their gratitude.
It still hasn't hit me. You know, I've been asked this question a lot by teams, by media. It still hasn't hit me yet. So, you know, a lot of guys like, man, the draft process has hit me. I'm just doing what I do every day, and that's working to help myself get better. So I feel like it'll come eventually, and when it comes, it's going to be tough, obviously. Probably shed a few tears and, you know, just really take it all in because this is a dream come true. You know, not many guys get this opportunity to be able to go out and play on the national football level like I can.
It was smooth. I actually didn't get to throw with Cam, but his energy here was good, just having an Auburn legend in the building. You know, seeing him out there just competing at the age he is and what he already accomplished, that should make me it made me want more, you know, just seeing him out there doing that at what he already accomplished in his life.
Yeah, I've been loving every minute of it. You know, you only get this process once, so I've just been enjoying it and, you know, having fun.
What do you tell those guys they'll get if they draft you?
They'll get a hard worker, somebody that's extremely competitive, somebody that's going to show up every day and just learn, be a sponge, soak it all up. I know I got leaps and bounds to go, and I'm not where I want to be, but that's why you go, you know, and do extra and learn from the guys that's been there, done that. So I'm just excited to, you know, go learn.
That is all we have for sports tonight, but for more Auburn sports, follow our Twitter at EETV_sports and check out our website at eagleeyeauburn.com. I'm Faith Richardson, War Eagle.
Well, I'm going to the baseball game tonight. What about you, John?
I don't think that I will, but I can always catch the one this weekend. The Affordable Care Act provides consumers with subsidies that lowers costs for households with incomes between 100 and 400% of the federal poverty level.
Today, President Biden remarks on the impact of the Affordable Care Act and so much more. Take a look.
There are nearly 40 million Americans in this country who get their health care through the Affordable Care Act and the Medicaid expansion. 40 million people who have some peace of mind. The Affordable Care Act has been law for 13 years. It has developed deep roots in this country. It has become a critical part of providing health care and saving lives. We always talk about the cost, but it saves lives as well. Obviously, it doesn't mean much to our Republican friends, but it can be a matter of life and death to millions of Americans out there.
U.S. House Democrat Debbie Dingell talks to CNN about TikTok concerns.
Reporter Julia Chatterley has more.
I'm not sure, to be perfectly frank. I think all of us, I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat, are very concerned about the kind of data that China has through accessing TikTok. And I have met with the CEO of TikTok. I'm clearly looking forward to this hearing this morning and hearing him answer questions. But I think that we've got a real problem, period, with privacy in this country and around the world through all of these social media apps. And I have real concern over how much data China already has on Americans through the TikTok app, and quite frankly, could have had access through other apps as well.
I think there's a belief that Chinese companies are and can be private, but when it comes to national security, they become an arm, effectively, of the Chinese government. And to your point, that means they can weaponize American data, they can use algorithms to push in disinformation, they can ban anti-Chinese content. I mean, these are all good reasons for a ban. Would you agree?
I think that there's certainly causes that we need to look at. I think they become national security issues. And let's be very clear. I've been around a while. I'm seasoned. I was in business for 30 years within the auto industry, almost 35, before I ran for Congress. And I know what it's like to do business in China. And an American company is not allowed to do business in China without having a Chinese partner. So your business isn't separate over there. That's just a reality when I'm answering that question. And it's been very interesting just the last couple of weeks while I was home. We were out for almost 12 days, asking young children. I mean, here's an anecdotal story. The first time I heard the words, "What do you think about Project Willow?" was from a second grader. Now, Project Willow is the drilling project in Alaska, but if you ask most adults, they talk about it as drilling in Alaska. But over the period of the last 12 days, I probably have been asked by 10 or 12 young people, aging from the second grader who first asked it to high schoolers, what I think of Project Willow. And it's from TikTok. They've heard about it from TikTok. And they very clearly have certain perspectives on it. Now, I'm very encouraged that young people are concerned about our environment and are communicating it. But when you talk to them, you also see that they're getting other very interesting pieces of information, some of which could be called misinformation. And it is very clear the impact that these social media apps are having on our young children.
I mean, there's so many comments I could make there. The first thing that comes to mind, and I totally accept the point about the concerns about what content is doing to young people and beyond, but you also have a situation where I think by a margin of 2-1, young people and teenagers are saying they want to keep this app. They think you're going down the wrong path with this, and they want to keep it. And the other point I think to make is, would a ban even be constitutional at this right? Would it not be, in some quarters, considered un-American and not allowing Americans to have freedom of expression?
I do believe we've got to protect our freedom of speech, which is why I've been very careful to study this issue, to spend the time. But it is interesting. Yesterday I had a group of high school students that were visiting the Capitol, and I ended up having a 20-minute discussion with them about TikTok. And they were a very divided group about what they thought should happen with TikTok. Some of them are very aware that they're being shown content that they believe is trying to color their opinion of things, how they think about things. They're not sure that they're seeing all kinds of different. One young man said, I'm not sure I'm seeing all the different things I have. I'm not sure that they're not trying to make me think a certain way. I found that interesting. There was also a young man that was for sure did not want to have TikTok banned. But I do believe that we need to become much more aware of our national security. I think young people have no idea of the amount of privacy that we have just simply given away about ourselves, how much data is being collected on every individual, and it is a national security issue. And I think we're entering new times on our nation's security, but I know it's one of my major responsibilities as a policy maker to protect this country.
Well, Mackenzie, I gotta ask, are you a big Lord of the Rings fan?
I have to be honest, I'm really not.
Lord of the Rings Return of the King is coming to theaters later this year.
It is time. The crownless again shall be king.
Become who you are born to be.
The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King is returning to theaters for a 20th anniversary celebration. Fathom Events and Warner Brothers are showing the Oscar-winning film at U.S. cinemas on April 13th and 19th and Canadian theaters on April 20th. Check fathomevents.com for theater locations and tickets.
No doubt you've heard of our trouble at home.
A dragon, fire and stench. It is evil. Pure and simple.
You want me to do battle with that?
1981's Dragon Slayer was Oscar nominated for its visual effects, but director Matthew Robbins says cheap home video copies hurt the film's reputation.
The damage had been done back then in the early 80s when it was manufactured by some indifferent person on an assembly line or whatever. So anyway, I have been unable to watch the movie in all these years because it was too painful.
Now the cult classic is back on disc in 4K ultra high definition with a new commentary by Robbins and his frequent collaborator Guillermo del Toro. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
When we come back, find out what national day it is and the dairy cow that can't stop sleeping.
You're watching Eagle Eye TV. It's Thursday, John. You know what that means. Well, if you're over 21.
Right, celebrate National Cocktail Day with your loved ones or your friends today.
That's right. Drinks will flow freely at bars everywhere, but this particular Thursday, you may see more booze than usual.
What do you do?
Well, that looks like fun, but unfortunately, I'm not 21 yet.
Well, neither am I, but for those of you that are, make sure you drink responsibly and have a happy National Cocktail Day. Well, I'm not the only one that doesn't like waking up in the mornings.
Yeah, I may know someone who has you beat. An English cow named Doris is winning hearts for doing something we humans do.
Pretending to sleep to get out of chores. Doris is the most clever cow we know.
She really is. Take a look.
Do you hate getting up in the morning? So does Doris. All the cows at Reed's farm on the Isle of Wight in England got up and left for milking.
Except for Doris. Doris is actually pretending to be asleep.
And for faking sleep, Doris has gone viral. People relate. "I am Doris" was a typical comment.
Oh, Doris has got a fantastic personality. She is definitely more person than cow.
She's one of John Brody's favorites.
You're a mischief maker. Can you leave my coffee alone, please?
When Doris pretended to be asleep, John called her out.
Doris, come on. See your ears moving. Come on, I can see your eye, yeah.
How'd he know she was faking?
Around 30 seconds beforehand, she had her head up and was looking straight at me. She put her head back down, thinking that she was going to get away with it, just to push her luck, be cheeky.
Now Doris has fans online. I think I found my spirit animal. Leave Doris alone. But Doris doesn't leave John alone. And why was she licking the back of your head?
Grooming. She's grooming me. It means, as far as I'm concerned, she accepts me as a member of the herd.
She grooms him, he grooms her.
This is all over your face.
Ginny Mose, CNN, New York.
Look.
Calling all the 90s babies.
This is the part where I feel left out.
Well, I do too, but don't feel too left out because we've got the perfect friend for someone looking for a cute cat who's patiently waiting to race you down the stairs every day.
Meet Slinky. Look at that face. This handsome kitty is so ready to find his forever home. He loves ear scratches, back rubs, and being your constant shadow.
Slinky is 8 months old, neutered, vaccinated, and microchipped. He's FIV negative, and his adoption fee is $125.
Apply online for him today. We're out of time, but for more Auburn news, head over to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com. Stay tuned for Monday and Thursday news shows at 6, along with our sports news shows on Wednesday nights, also at 6. I'm Mackenzie Parson.
And I'm John Carter. Make sure you check out our social media pages, and thank you for watching. War Eagle.